Hello again, day 58. It's insane that I've been recording these videos for 58 days, man. This is insane. And even more because I miss some days every now and then, and there's videos I think I didn't post. Oh, it's been quite a roller coaster ride. So, anyways, today I'm continuing the story that I was telling you about my first time buying a motorcycle. So, just to recap, this is my first time riding a motorcycle, and I just bought this motorcycle. It's my first day riding a motorcycle. I'm riding this thing home. I've just collected it, so I'm feeling a little bit shaky on it. So I want to calm down. So I drive to a garage, and I fill up the tank, and it's time for me to get on the road. So I was so terrified about riding this motorcycle that I I was afraid of shifting gears because I was afraid that if I shift gears, maybe it's gonna turn off, look, or if I shift gears, or it's gonna like run away from me or something like that. I was just afraid. So I'm moving at a very very slow pace down the road. I decided that I'm going to go down the less down a more straight path, which had very few corners. Oh my, that's a beautiful woman right there, man. Yo, should make a plan after I finish this video. Anyways, so I finish. I decide that I'm gonna ride down the straighter road home. It's called Plumtree Road. Almost died there a few more times. It's an awesome place, great times. So I'm going down this road, and I'm in Kiawan, and everybody who's passing by is just looking at me funny because like they're like, why are you going so slow? You're hogging the road. But they didn't know that I was like super terrified. So as I'm still going down this path, I see like a common place like close to my old high school. So I think to myself, maybe this will be a nice place for me to practice shifting gears. Cool. So I take the turn, and the only problem with this place now is that, like it's not as good a road as other roads, but then because there's a bit of gravel on it, and when you're riding on a motorcycle, you should be wary of gravel all the time because it's not like stable. So your wheel has to be like straight for as much as you can, because if it bends, if it shifts a little bit and it shifts with the gravel and the soil, you could be shifting more than you can be able to control your bike. So gravel is a bit of a menace. So we get to this place. There was I continue like on this less gravelly road, and I feel, and I shift gears for the first time in my life riding a motorcycle. I shift gears. I shift to gear one, and then I hear that the revving sound is a little bit less now, but then the motorcycle feels lighter now. It feels like a little bit faster, and I'm like, wait, what if I shift to gear two? Then to gear three, I shift to gear three. Ooh, it feels nice. It feels nice. But then I'm still like down like one of the like a back road, so it's a little bit less populated and crowded like the other ones. And I think to myself, no, you know what? Let's take this. Let's shift this a notch up. And I shift the gear to gear five. Because I skipped gear. Papa. I go to five. Now we're going. So what I hadn't noticed, or what maybe I'd forgotten, is that I was approaching an intersection. So when you're approaching an intersection, especially like with a motorcycle, and since there were so many sensations, everything was so new to me, I wasn't able to pay attention that there's a car that was coming. So I don't even know how I survived that, because there was just something, a slight instinct that kicked in that was like, maybe hold the brakes a little bit. But then the problem with motorcycles is that they have two brakes. There's the front brake, then there's the rear brake. So when you're coming to a stop, you should try your best to balance both of the two, because if you like tighten up the front brake, then your car can tail. Like the back wheel can tail up and spin up. So that's exactly what I did, because it was my first time, so I was nervous. And I see the car, and I see the car coming, so I just hold the brake, and it felt like a scene out of a movie, because what happened was there was like a little bit of shock from the from the back wheel, because I tightened the front wheel so fast that it lifted up and it rotated with me, and it almost hit the car that was in front, but I didn't fall. I didn't fall. I didn't hit the car. Those guys, they just kept on going, just nailed out some insults. And that moment, I'm like, yo, bruh, I just died here. This was very close. This was very, very close call. But then I try to calm myself down. Okay. Let's get back on the road. Let's calm down. Let's chill out. You're not going to die. But then I was like, I'm not going to shift gears anymore until I get home. So I keep going. I get to this intersection. So this is another thing which like kind of like affected me, because I'd chosen the Plumtree Road route because I was under the impression that I wasn't going to make any stops. I'd forgotten that there's like 2 or 3 robot stops that are there. Robot stops are traffic lights for these people in America. So I stop at the traffic light, and I'm chill. There's a car right next to me, and they're looking at me. They're kind of admiring the motorcycle. That's the first time that I knew that this is some cool stuff. Okay, like I'm on a cool thing. I'm doing something awesome. They're admiring the motorcycle, and then the light turns green. So now we have to go, and I'm thinking like everything is nice and dandy. And I just keep revving. I'm like, why is this thing not going? Van. And then this other guy is passing by. He's like, you need to shift gears, you stupid. Well, he didn't say it that way, but then he said it in a less polite way. And then I shift the gear, and then the thing just takes off, like almost like throws me off. And everyone I was looking around is just laughing. And I'm like, okay, no, I didn't fall. I didn't hit anyone. I didn't hit anything. So let's just keep going. I keep going. And when like Plumtree Road is almost like a highway, so when you get to the when you arrive to my neighborhood, or my location, or my township, or whatever you want to call it, you have to like make a turn to get off the highway. So the problem is that in Zimbabwe we drive on the left. So if you want to make a turn, you have to like indicate first to look out if there's no one who's trying to overtake you. And then, because if you're overtaking someone who's turning left, you have to come from the right. Yeah, but then you can only overtake someone if you think that they are, if you overtake someone from the right if they indicate that they are turning. So I forgot all about that, because the thing that I didn't have a lot of confidence in was my turns, because I was like overshooting with my turns a lot of the time whenever I was turning. So the thing, so as I am leaving the highway, I was moving like very fast. So then I start to slow down so that I can like make the turn properly. And I'm trying to give way to the cars that are passing by, but then there's a little bit of gravel on the turn when you're like shifting into Mkanini turn, and I'm so nervous, and I'm like laser focused on that. So I forgot to indicate. So then, as I am coming to my stop, I let go of the brake lights. So the guy that was behind me was just under the impression that I'm moving, but I'm moving slow. So since I hadn't indicated, he wasn't going to overtake me from the right. He was going to overtake me from the left. Yeah, he was going to overtake me from the left. So I'm so nervous that I don't even look at my mirrors, because I'm like super nervous. I'm trying to make this turn, because if I don't hit the turn properly and I hit that gravel, I'm gonna fall. That's gonna happen. That's inevitable. So I'm like, okay, at least if I fall, let me fall while going at a slow speed. Let me fall by my own terms. Okay, let me just fall on my own terms. Let me fall on my sword. So right as I start to make the turn, this car goes by me so fast. It was a Honda Fit. It goes, whoa. And I'm like, yo. Yo, this car almost hit. It was like so close, like so close. In fact, it like switched on the thing that like protects the front wheel. It just like swooshed on it. Looks so like way like the thing was just like vibrating just a little bit. I'm like, phew, this was a close call. This was a close call. So I managed to make my turn, and I get on my path. I get on, and now I'm almost home. Now I'm almost home. So in Zimbabwe, we have these commuter buses, and these commuter buses they do like pick and drops of people, and they don't drop people off at normal bus stops because they just don't want to do that, I guess. So what happened this other time? I'm almost home, so I'm accelerating. I'm like moving fast because like there's like clear traffic and all that, and I'm moving behind this commuter omnibus. So behind me, there's like two or three cars. They see that I'm moving at a relatively fast pace, so they're kind of following my lead. In front of me, there's like oncoming traffic that side. So you would assume that since we're all human beings, we're all thinking in the same way, that nobody is just gonna stop nje, just like in the middle of the road. But no, you'd be wrong, because that's what this commuter omnibus did. So remember what I told you about the traffic rules, that you can never overtake on the right. You only overtake on the left unless someone is indicating that they're going to turn. But these people didn't indicate that they were stopping. Neither did they indicate that they were turning, because there was nowhere to turn. They just decided they were going to stop. So what I had to do immediately was to adjust and try to go on their right, because I had spotted that there's oncoming traffic this side, and I didn't trust my abilities to not bump into those guys, like to not like to do a quick swerve. I didn't trust my abilities to do that, so I decided to go on this side. But then what I didn't know is the reason that these guys had stopped is because they wanted to let a passenger off. So I almost hit this old lady with my motorcycle. Like thinking back is funny now, but then hey, but then it was tense at the time. But then like after that I managed to get home like uneventfully. I parked my motorcycle, and I just sat down in front at the front yard, and I just went